What does it truly take to make a man? Destiny is never handed to us. It requires sacrifice, discipline, and the courage to keep moving forward even when the path feels heavy. A man is shaped not only by his victories, but by the challenges that refines him, the lessons that stretch him, and the responsibilities that calls him higher. Becoming is never easy, but it is in the process, the breaking, the molding, the pressing, that destiny takes form. On tonight's episode, we uncover the making of a man, what destiny requires, and what it takes to step fully into the life you were created to live.
Happy Thursday. I hope, I trust that you're doing awesomely well, that you've had a good week. And, it's always a privilege and absolute pleasure for me to connect with you wherever it is you're tuning from and to learn from each other. And so, as always, when you do join, make sure to say hello to me in the chat session. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. The link is also, you can find the link pinned somewhere, some chat. And if you're not following us on your social media platforms, it's Lady Belin Show. And you can find us on TikTok, we're on X, we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram. And we're just really here. This platform is really here to serve, in whatever capacity that we can. The messages that we bring here, sometimes it may have some element of God or biblical foundation. But again, as always, it's never my intention to impose my religious beliefs on anybody. I thought it would be quite ideal for us to talk about the making of a man. And the reason that is so is because I feel like, either we are not in touch or we have lost touch of the reality that success does not come. It's not offered to anyone on a platter. Or should I say, greatness. Because maybe in some people's cases, they become successful because they have inherited a great deal of that success from their parents. But greatness has never been as a result of one being comfortable. That no one came into the place of prominence of greatness because it was offered to them. That real greatness comes at such a price that you have to sacrifice, that it has to cost you. That real greatness means there'll be times in your life, or most times in your life, where you will have to walk the journey of life alone, where you will feel so lonely. In some cases, you will find yourself abandoned. People will not understand you. Family members will not understand you. You have to try to defend yourself. You have to try to justify yourself. Especially when we look at the era that we're in, where everything is out there. you're almost forced to come out and defend yourself. That true greatness comes at a great price. Within that price is embedded pain. Many nights of tears. Many nights of sitting up, talking, having a dialogue with yourself, wondering what is going on, asking yourself questions like, why me? Wondering what is going on with you, trying to make sense of where you are, trying to make sense of your life that don't seem to make sense. That true greatness comes at a great price. That price could mean the cost of your family, marriage, siblings, career, finance. It can demand from you a huge price. And not many people are willing to pay the price for it. Because for some reason or two, we seem to believe, or we seem to have taken on the notion that pain is bad. We've become almost allergic to pain. That we don't want to struggle to make anything happen. That we want to be comfortable. And I feel like it's a false sense of reality. And so I wanted to share just my 2 cents on it, based on maybe my life so far. I'm not saying that I'm there yet, but I've come a mighty long way, they say. I know where I'm coming from. I know how far I've come and how long the journey has been. I'm still learning. I'm still making mistakes. I'm still growing and maturing. And so the making of a man, most times we see people's beginnings. We see people, especially if you've grown up with them in the same neighborhood, in the same community, maybe you went to the same school. So you kind of have an idea of their beginning. You saw them in their formation. But most times, we have no idea what people are going through. The middle part of the journey, where the real making is happening. We have no idea. Or we have such false assumption of it. Because most people may not come out to tell you the truth of what is really going on, what they are facing the challenge and the weight of that challenge. Because it's very easy for us, like I've come, I've sat here, my hair is done, my makeup is done, I'm smiling and everything. And there have been so many instances where I've come live, here serving, speaking, laughing, making sure everyone is okay. But only God knows, just before I came, maybe that week, maybe that day, what the challenge that I'm dealing with. And some way, somehow, I have to shake it off, dress up, come and sit here, like camera action, and serve. And so maybe someone might see me here and make their own conclusions about what it is I do, or someone might see me and make their own conclusions about Lady Belin. Unaware, unknown to the person, what it takes to be Lady Belin. That if we were to swap positions, if they were to, like they say, to get into my shoes, they will know how tight. They will know. Like they say, you're not in my shoes, so you don't know what. Maybe they wouldn't want to have anything to do with my life. They wouldn't want that life. Although I'm not there yet, but up to where I am right now, if I had any kind of inclination that it was going to take what it has taken for me to get to where I am, I probably would have said no, thank you. Find someone else. No, thank you. I don't want that lifestyle. I don't want to be that person. Maybe I would have said, no, thank you. I'm good. I'm good. The glitz, the glamour, and all that stuff, that's not the true essence of greatness. But at the same time, I'm grateful because without those challenges, without those processes, there is no way I would have been the Lady Belin, the lady that I am today, the person that I am today. And so it feels as if bittersweet. And the making of any man is a combination of bittersweet moments. There are moments where you feel on top of the world, and a lot of moments where you feel like the world it's on top of you. There will be days where you lay in bed praying for death to take you, hoping to end it. There'll be moments where you will want to throw in the towel because the weight of destiny has become too heavy for you to bear. Because suddenly you realize, I did not bargain for this. And yet, in those moments, you still have to find some kind of strength from wherever and carry on going. The making of a man. It's not easy. It's not easy. This week I heard a message. And it said life is tough. The making of a man. Man not as in the gender, the male gender, but man as plural, both male and female. It's tough. It's not for the weak. So many people are living their life they are living, not necessarily because that is the life they have to live, but because they couldn't take it anymore. The battle was too much. I've tried too many times and I have failed too many times. I cannot. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm done. I'm done. I've spent too many years of my life, too many years of my youth trying to figure this life out, trying to become. And now that I've passed, my 30s, my 40s, now I should start all over again. No, it's okay. It's okay. I want to settle. I want to settle. So people are living a life of mediocrity, not because that's who or what they've been destined to live, but because the weight of the load, because the weight of destiny they must carry, what it takes to carry the destiny you've been destined for, the price is too great to pay. And so I'd rather settle. I would rather settle. And so you see people, you can see there's so much more. You can see they can do better. They can do far better. You can tell there is more. But in the more, there's also a price to pay. And it's not everyone that wants to pay that price. It's not everyone that likes the discomfort. I don't mind fighting here and there for maybe a year or 2, 5 years. I don't want to spend my life fighting every time. I don't want every next level to have to engage in a battle before I get there. It's okay. I'm happy. I might not be happy, but I'm okay. I'm content. The making of a man. You want to be great? There's a price to pay. You want to be great? It comes with pain. It comes with loneliness. It comes with rejection. Most times, people are not going to understand you. Your life is not going to make sense. Most times, people are going to think you're crazy. Most times, you will feel like you don't fit in. You don't belong in this world. Greatness is lonely. The path of greatness is a lonely one. Someone will ask me, how do you know, Lady Belin? It's not like you're great. How do you know? You're there talking about success? How do you know? It's not like you're successful. Well, that's your definition. I've read a lot of people's story. I've watched a lot of people's story. And although, in your opinion, I might not be great, like I said, my little journey here on earth to get to this very place where I'm able to sit here and do what I do to inspire life, to touch so many lives from all across the world. It did not come easy. So even if I may not be great, to be able to do what it is I do, or to be the version of myself or the person that I am, to be able to do what it is I do now, it has come at great prices. Most part of my life has been clouded with pain, loneliness, rejection, abandonment. My life, sometimes I'll ask myself, like, I don't even understand my life. What is going on? I don't get it. My life doesn't make sense. So imagine your life not making sense and then trying to explain it to somebody else. And so I had to choose my faith and understand that this is what it takes to become. You have moments where you have people around, and then you have moments where you have nobody around. You have moments where you have more than enough. And then there'll be moments where you have nothing. There'll be times where you are out there helping, doing the best that you can for people, helping in the best way that you can. And then you will encounter times where you need help. And even the very people you have helped, they won't come through for you. And you will have to understand that it comes with it. It's the price you have to pay. That those that you help are not necessarily obligated to help you back. They don't owe you anything. Just because you help them doesn't mean they must help you when you need it. And it can be painful. It can be painful where You find yourself in situations where the people that you've gone out of your way to help will be the very people that will be out there saying all manner of fables, lies about you, telling tales, fabricating stories that don't exist. The people that you've helped up will be the one that will be helping to bring you down, pull you down. And you will have to understand that is the cross you have to bear. It comes with the process of the making of you. The making of a man. And until we can ascertain some of these reality or some of these things that comes making, we will give up. We will throw in the towel. When we look at the advancement of technology, when we see how technology is making life so much easier for us, we seem to think that that's how life really is. When things are becoming at an arm's reach, not much effort, microwave generation, everything is done for you. We assume that's what it takes to become. But that's not real life. That's not the true essence of life. And definitely that doesn't birth greatness. No student sat an exams and smashed it all without going through the process of learning. They go through a season where they have to stay up all night revising, even when they're sick. They have to be well. I recall when I was at uni and I was doing my project work, and there were days where I sat in the sofa in the living room, in the corner, and sometimes for 3 days I barely slept. I just sat in the sofa with my laptop on my lap, just staring at the screen, and it was continuous working. The only kind of sleep was just that here and there dozing off, but to literally go and lie down in my bed, put the duvet over myself, put my head on my pillow and sleep. Sometimes days I had not done that. Why? Because in that season, what it would take for me to break through, what it would take for me to be able to successfully complete my work and get good grades will come at the sacrifice of my comfort, my sleep. And so the making of man is not easy. The making of man is tough, extremely tough. And unless you are ready, like they say, to hold the bull by the horn, you can't. You can't. You can't. But here, there's help. Because God knows what it takes, the price. I have to bring this in. Even Jesus had to go through it. So you and I cannot avoid it. He had to carry his cross. In order for him to qualify to sit at the right-hand side of the Father, there was a price he had to pay, and that price was his life. And you and I think we can get into our land of destiny, being comfortable, no pain. Even the world have coined the saying, no pain, no gain. The world understands that in order for you to gain, there's some kind of pain that you must bear. So how do we think that we can become absent of pain? And if you're willing, like I said, when I reflected on my life so far, remembering little girl Lady Belin, remembering my little girl self, I wondered, where did I get this strength from? How is it possible that I've overcome all these hurdles, all these challenges? How? I was looking at my childhood, a couple of my childhood photos that I had. I was looking at it, and there was this particular photo that I even posted on my WhatsApp status. I looked at myself. I looked deep into my eyes, little Lady Belin. I looked at my appearance, what I was wearing, how my hair looked so bushy and unkempt. I was wearing this pink skirt with white top with some pink hemming. I've almost outgrown the dress. You can see my belly popping out with my red slippers, standing with my two other cousins, leaning against a car, posing to take a picture with a little smirk or smile on. I looked at this girl and I asked myself, oh boy, if only this girl had any idea what life had prepared for her. I looked at this innocent girl who has now become Lady Belin. I became so filled with emotion. How did she do it? Because looking at her, probably if she had known, she wouldn't have jumped at a chance. But there is the little girl, and here she is. How far a journey. Oh, what fight she's had to fight. Oh, the many twists and turns in her story. But look at how beautiful she has become. Her heart. Wow. How could such ashes be turned to such beauty? It's embedded in the making of a man. And this evening, I just came to just speak with us, to help us in one way or the other understand that life that you're becoming comes at a great price. Most times you may not understand what's going on. Most times you may not have the words to explain. As lonely as it is, or it may be, where friends and families may reject you, where maybe those that you looked up to, those you were trusting, may let you down. I want you to know that you have everything it takes to become the man or woman God has destined for you. And as long as you're willing, irrespective of how heavy the load may be, as long as you're willing to carry it, that help would always be made available. That God will send helpers, that God will strengthen you, that God will fortify you to be able to carry the weight of your destiny and bring you to that expected end. That one day you will stand somewhere, that one day people may see you, admire you, people may, wish to be like you. That one day you'll be imparting life, changing life. That one day people will be benefactors of your gifts and your talents, oblivious to the price you had to pay. But one thing I can assure you is that the reward would always and is far greater than whatever price you have to pay. It's like a woman that goes into labor. However painful the labor process is, however magnitude of stretching her body must go through in order for that baby to come out. Once the baby comes out and is laid on her chest, the joy, the reward of that baby, that joy supersedes. You can't deny the pain, but that joy supersedes that pain. The reward of what she has given birth to makes the pain worth it. So I want to encourage you that is listening to me right now, or perhaps will listen later. Be steadfast. However lonely your journey may be, know that it takes one day at a time. One day at a time. And you get there. No, I want you to know, and I want you to be encouraged in this, that you've done so well. coming this far, like I said, when I reflected on the little Lady Belin and see how far come, I was so grateful. You've come so far. You've done so well. Not very long to go. Not very long to go. The same way you don't know how you were able to get this far, but you just kept giving it a go. It's the same way if you keep giving it a go, you will see the end right before you. May God give you the grace and the strength to stand and to see the very end of the journey. It will be such travesty to have come this far and not make it to the end. To have come this far, to have faced all that you have faced, and then quit, never knowing how the end would have been, who you'd have become at the end. So if you come this far, if you had to go through all that you've gone through, the shame, the ridicule, whatever, you know what it is you've gone through to get to this very point. You know. If you've been able to endure all that, and they say, there's nothing new under the sun. You can make it. You will make it. Just keep moving. Keep going. Keep trying. Keep giving it your best. And one day, your story will be so inspiring, so captivating. One day, through your own experience, many will find the hope they need to believe for themselves what is possible, to understand what it takes to make a man. I want to take this time to thank you for choosing to spend your evening with me. And if this message today that we've been talking about, if in any way has inspired you, if you know someone that needs this message, I encourage you to share it. Be a blessing to someone. Help someone to find hope in this message. And so share, so that God will bless you, so that we can all find courage and hope to carry on, because life is tough and we need each other to lean on sometimes, to gather our strength back and keep going. God bless you. Have a great evening, and God willing, we'll see ourselves back right here, this very platform, the Lady Belin Show, with myself, Lady Belin, finding strength in your story. Bye.
Thank you for joining us today on the Lady Belin Show. May the story shared stir your heart, renew your faith, and remind you that God is still writing yours. Until next time, keep growing, keep believing, and keep finding strength